to another episode of Sleeping Giants, Red Star Belgrade. Now, in our last episode, of course, we won the cup final by 10 goals to 1, and we weren't particularly surprised at that. And obviously there's a few games that have happened in between then, but we'll talk about those after we've done the draw and on the day of our first match in the Champions League, which is going to be coming up in a week or two. Now, let's take a little look at the pots. So, Chelsea, City, PSG, Barca, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man United and Juventus, all in the top pot. In pot number 2, we have... Oh, hello there! Sorry about that, I just turned into something from a Carry On movie. FC Bayern, Benfica, Atletico, Ajax, Napoli, Porto, us, Zenit. We are in pot 2 of the Champions League. That means that there's going to be 2 teams, in theory, weaker than us in our group, which is going to give us an absolutely stellar chance of nicking through. That being said, let's have a look at who's in pot 3, just in case. Inter, Monaco, Shakhtar, Bordeaux, PSV, Freiburg, Southampton, Real Betis. I can still think that, you know, I feel more confident about getting through with those teams than I would do if it was the other way around. You know, otherwise we'd have to get someone like Atletico, Ajax, although we did manage last time, Porto, Zenit, and it's in the bottom pot. So Red Bull Salzburg, Lazio, Besiktas, Celtic, Slavia Prague, Dinamo Bucuresti, Maccabi Haifa again, and Strømsgodset of Norway, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, let's just do this. I'm just kind of curious. You know, the fact that we're in pot 2 now is great. If we could get Man United... would be a good one to get, I suppose. Man United or PSG, maybe, would be sort of my preferred ones. Liverpool, maybe, but we'll see. I'd like Man United just because we've beaten them before and we've proven that we can do it. Or PSG because we did it right against them in previous years. So let's see. Who have we got? We're not in with Real Madrid. We're not in with Liverpool. We are not in with Juventus, not Man City. We got Man City. That's going to be incredibly tough, guys. So what we need to hope now is that the 2 group teams that get drawn into this group with us, because we're not going to beat City home or away, I wouldn't have thought, or any chance, basically. It's all about what happens into these next groups. So who are we going to get for the next pot? We get Inter. Are you joking? Gone up a pot in the Champions League, you say? Well, fuck you. We're going to give you the hardest group you've had of all time. I imagine we'll probably get Red Bull Salzburg now, just to add... Oh no, we're not going to get Red Bull Salzburg, but that's insane. Who are we going to get? We're going to get... Celtic. Fuck me. That is an incredibly tough group. I mean, Celtic, okay, fair enough. Like, at the start of this save, we did manage to beat them to get in, and I think by now we probably should be able to beat them home and... Well, probably not home and away. That's Inter... Oh, I can't believe we've got drawn into a group with Inter and City. This is going to be really, really tough. I was so happy when we got the 2... when we got into pot 2, and now we've got Inter in our group with us and City. That is going to be so tough, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through of this group this year, which is a pain. But I suppose it will mean some after Christmas action in the Europa League, but we're still going to give it a bloody good go. So let's just... well, no, I can't actually tell you who we're going to be playing against, because if I continue, you'll see some spoilers. So I'll join you guys in a sec on the first day of our Champions League campaign, and we'll talk about the games that we've had this month, as well as preparing for the match against whoever we'll be playing against. I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye-bye. Right, guys, we are back, and we are on the first Champions League fixture, and coincidentally it is against Celtic. I was hoping that it would be against someone like Celtic at home, because I didn't want it to be one of those games that we would usually skip, because otherwise we'd have to skip a more important one. So Celtic at home, which is one of the ones we would earmark as having to win. It's important, and it's our first one to get 3 points on the board, and give some confidence to ourselves in Europe, which is important. Now, things have obviously happened in the league since then, and we've started off fairly strongly, although I am still a little concerned about goalkeeping. Would you bloody believe it? Now, in our first match of the month, we were at home against FK India, and remember, we beat them 10-1 in the final of the Serbian Super Cup. Now, this wasn't quite so emphatic, but still... dominating performance. Ristic, Tosca, and Milicic with the goals. Tosca with the penalty, so it's good to see him sticking to his guns, staying on the score sheet, and continuing to fire goals in for us. And as you can see, India were denied even a shot on target. And this is... I'm going to be doing some maths while I run through these, because I have a point to prove. Well, not a point to prove, just like really thing to talk about, basically. So in our next match, we were away at Donjasrem. And now Donjasrem obviously have only had... They've had minimal experience of the top flight in the last couple of seasons. This is only their second year back in the top flight, but we managed to get the result. Dominating possession, again, stopping them from having virtually any chances, and it meant that all we needed really was 1 goal. And Milicic got us that goal on 34 minutes. Gajic managed to get a great goal from a corner as well. One of those ones, he's scored a few of these in the past, where the ball is whipped out to the edge of the area, and then it's knocked back to him, and he just seems to have this wonderful ability to place it in the top corner, no matter where he is. So 2 games down, 2 wins, 5 goals, none conceded, and only 1 shot on target conceded in 2 league matches. That is the stat. Next match, we finally conceded our first goal of the season, basically. And in a game which we did actually concede 2 shots on target. So it's understandable that, you know, one of them's going to go, no, that's not how it works, is it? Toshka put us in front early on, and then an Anicic own goal made it 2-0 to us, which was great. Then Milan Gajic scored another one of those lovely goals from a corner to make it 3-0. Now, I am going to show you this because this is what I'm talking about. We've signed a new goalkeeper. He's a good keeper, allegedly. He's got great stats, and yet they still do this. Now, you saw the goal that we conceded in the cup final against FK India, and you saw how annoyed I was when we conceded it because it felt really unnecessary. Today was a similar kind of story. Let me just quickly skip to it. Now, watch this. For a goal to concede, I mean, he has every opportunity. It's the ball over the top. He's so close to that. Just win it, and then he just backs away and lets the guy score. I don't even know what to say. Like, we should be comfortably dominating these games, but in the end, it wasn't to be, and it was very frustrating to have that sort of thing happen, really. So, just bear that in mind. What was that? 3 games into the season, we've only had 3 shots. Teams have only mustered 3 shots on target against us, and we've managed to concede a goal out of that. That is not the most irritating thing. It's what happened in our next match that kind of pushed that to another level. FK Rad scored 3 goals against us from 4 shots. You can't see me, but I've got my hands on my head right now because I'm a little bit confused. We've only conceded 7 shots on target in 4 matches, and somehow 4 goals have gone in out of 7 shots that have even hit the target. It was mental. So Toshka put us in front on 31 minutes with a great goal, and then made it 2-0, both assisted by Milan Gajic, and Toshka's actually started fairly solidly. Then, 51 minutes in, Bazan Vera with another lovely goal, 3rd of the season for himself, made it 3-0. Comfortable, lovely stuff. Then Sasa Kovacevic got one back for FK Rad with their first shot of the match, which was disappointing, but we pushed on. Then in the 90th minute, Savicevic wrapped the game up with 4-1, and then, somehow, don't even know how, in stoppage time in the same minute, Kovacevic and Golubovic managed to score 2 goals. Both of which were because my goalkeeper just wouldn't make a save. He just refused to do anything. I don't understand what is wrong with him. What's his, like, rushing out or... let's see. 1-on-1. 17, apparently. Rushing out, 5. Fair enough. But, I mean... Don't rush out then, just make the saves. It's really disappointing to have a goalkeeper. You know, I want to see basically how many shots we'd had against us that were actually hitting the target and how many goals we conceded out of those shots, which is crazy. 7 shots on target, 4 goals conceded. When you compare that to the amount that we've had, not that I'm saying we should shoot, obviously we shouldn't score with every shot on target, that would be ridiculous, but it's the sheer concentration to, we're limiting teams to virtually no shots and they're still managing to score loads of goals. We got 10 in the first match, we got, let me just have a little look here, oh, what am I talking about? Yeah, 10 in the first match, only 8 in the second one, so 18, and then in the next match, 10, 28 there, then FK Rad, 20, yeah, so 41, and then against Vozdovats in the last game of the month, of course, we had another 10. So 51 shots we had on target over those 5 games, and as you can see, we didn't let them have a shot on target, because I assume it would have gone in. But Florentin Toshka managed to score the winner for us here, and it was a bit of a tough one. It was a rotated side quite heavily. So we managed 51 shots on target in those matches, and scored 1, so that's 5, 8, 12... 13 goals from 51 shots, yet somehow we've managed to concede 4 goals from 7 shots on target. It's a shame. But I'm hoping that is just a blip over those 5 matches, and it's no biggie because we won all 5 of them anyway. It's just like, it's frustrating when you set them up to be so good defensively and they still end up conceding goals from like the tiniest amount of chances. I wish we could do that, that's all I could say. In fact, if we did that, it would be ridiculous because we'd be scoring so many damn goals. And it doesn't matter really because we've won the matches. We have won 5 out of 5 in the league, and that is the most crucial thing here. We're top of the league, 15 points, and as you can see, Partizan are down in 9th and are already 8 points off the pace. Metalats are up into 2nd there with Jagodina. You might notice as well that Borka are up in the top flight, so that's nice to see as well. Toshka is currently the top scorer in the league with 5 and 5, which is also good. Let's take a quick look at the squad. Just a quick look. I mean, I know somebody said something along the lines of like, why am I showing these squad reports when nothing really changes? But literally everything changes between matches. Players score goals. And I thought you guys like to see this sort of stuff in between each game. And if you don't, I won't show it. But I feel that in the 30 seconds it takes me to show you it, it's worth it really. Toshka is the top scorer with 8 in all competitions so far, followed by Bazan Vera of all people with 3. As for assists, Savicevic, Militic, Sadibi, Ashraf all have 3 each. Ashraf have played every game so far. I decided to just go with it. And he's also got Man of the Match award so far, which is great to see as well. Yellow cards, Gajic, Bazanvira, China, Marianne, pretty much everyone. And obviously a red card for Kone, which was a little bit disappointing as well. Average rating, Militic just off of Gajic at the top there. Key aerial challenges, Bazanvira with 12. Key passes, 26 already for Savicevic, which is nice to see. Key tackles, Ashraf with 5. Great stuff. Interceptions, Bazanvira with 69. And of course, value is Bazanvira. But Toshka's up there at 3.4 million now, so not exactly off the pace. And that brings us into today's game against Celtic. Now, this is so crucial for us because we've played them twice before and we've beat them. But that was in the very first season of this save, so like 8 years ago. Let's just do a quick pick and see who's fit for this. Toshka, Militic, Gajic, Tufedzic, Ristic, Savicevic, Kone, Bazanvira, Adamenko, Arguello, and Ashraf. Pretty much the strongest team we could put out of them. There's a few little worries for fitness levels, but I don't know. Like I'm trying to give Ashraf. We need him for this game. I really should have rested him for the last one and put Antic in instead, but I'm just trying to give him some game time at the moment. So let's just do this. Obviously, I've got to take it off of 3D because I did just show you the match. But I'm confident. I'm confident, but I'm not overconfident. I feel like, there's every chance that we could still screw this up. We really can't afford to. Felipe Melo is playing for Celtic there. That's interesting. Anyone else interesting there? Not that I can see off the top of my head. We've not played them for quite some time, so I'm hoping that today it should really be a relatively solid home performance. But Celtic is not... They're not an easy team. They're no pushover. This is going to be a tough match. We're going to have a very, very tough Champions League group in general. And, it doesn't help that, yes, we've lost Jovic, but the fact is, this is probably one of the toughest groups we've actually had, even though we're now pot 2 team, which is disappointing, to say the least. Martinez, Skillen, and that's a deflection, that's poor. McGinn, round the corner from Felipe Meo, and of course the goalkeeper has let that one in as well. Oh, God's sake. We're a goal down at home to Celtic. I can't make anything, we've only had one shot each so far, and it's very early in the game, so hopefully there's plenty of time for us to come back and exert ourselves on this match a little bit more now. But we can't afford to be losing this one. This is a must-win match. This is our sort of the must-win Sorry, I thought that was about to be one of those rebound goals, just to add insult to injury for us there. Just make sure this is actually on key highlights. It is, isn't it? Yep, good. Savicevic with the ball to the edge of the area to Gajic. We need to get back in this quickly. Gajic is in here. Good strike, good goal. 1-1 here at the Maracanã. And at least Celtic have had a few more shots now. It wasn't just like a one-off little thing. They are clearly involved in this match. We still look like the better team, though, and that's the most important thing. I think we'll turn this around over the next hour. We should be strong enough. Don't know what the keeper's doing there either. Gajic with the goal to make it 1-1 here. And are we going to go straight back in? We're going to go straight in front. McGinn to Tufedzic. There's a lot of space over on this left-hand side. If they could find Ashraf. He does love creeping into those areas. Ristic out wide to Savicevic this time. Ashraf will provide some support. He's got a good cross on him. Savicevic nicking inside, shoots. Great goal from Vukan. That is a glorious effort from Vukan Savicevic. 3-2. 3-2? 2-1. We're going to go back on control, though, just to make sure that we don't go over the top with this. And again, I think Ashraf will take another assist for this. He's got 4 assists already this season. He's right up there. So great hit from Vukan Savicevic, though. That is all you could ask for. 2-1 Red Star. Right. Oh, don't let them go and go get another goal back again. Right, up to Toshka. Brings it down nicely there into Militic. We do need to see a bit more out of Toshka. We've not seen any, he started well and he's being solid, but never, outstanding so far. Militic for Toshka. Back for Militic. We're certainly working the ball nicely around the edge there. Savicevic. Oh, that was a chance. I think he may have been offside anyway, but that was a big chance. Possibly should have been 3-1 there. Just put the icing on the cake. Because Celtic are giving us a good go here. They've not had that many shots, but they've managed to score. And we need to force the issue a bit more in the second half, but not overdo it, because the win is the most important thing here. Winning this game is the crucial thing. We need to be on top of this, and I just really don't think that we're going to be able to get second place in this group. It's a group with Inter and Manchester City in it. It's going to be tough, But the crucial game for us really is this one. This one and the Celtic away game are so vital to us, just because they're the most obviously winnable matches. I mean, the most winnable out of the bunch. Toshka, good straight off the crossbar, and to make sure that we get third place, we are going to need to win them both. Really, I feel. How we do against City and Inter at home, maybe we could beat Inter at home. I just think that City are going to just demolish us. If they're anything like the City from my Pompey save, then they are going to demolish us. Let's see, Mamadou Sidibe. Should I bring Sidibe on? for Gaich. Gaich is, to be fair, our strike force today has not had a very good time. And I'm tempted to bring Toshka off and put on Sidibe, just to put him up there as a bit of a battering ram up top. If I made 2 substitutions there, I think I have. We better make sure that we just lay low a little bit here. Still, at the moment, things are going well. Well, we're winning. In the sense that we're winning, things are going well. Let's just make sure we do that. We've limited them to really only 2 shots on target, which is nice. Last 10 minutes, I'm going to just freshen the midfield up a little, get Ristic off, get Kofi on, and just get over the line at 2-1. We're in control of this match at the moment, and that's all I really wanted from this game, was the win, and that is what we're currently delivering. I'm just going to make sure that we tell the team to concentrate, though, or tighten up, just to make sure that we don't concede any late goals, because you know what we're like. Right then, that looks... Oh, hello. Are we going to go and grab ourselves a third? Be nice if we could do that just for head-to-head reasons. Just in case we do have to, you know, because a 2-1 win at home, I feel like we probably have done enough in this game maybe to have more goals. But the win is the most important thing. You know, goals... But the amount of the win is sort of secondary to actually winning the game in the first place. And as long as we do that, we can get off to the best possible start. City have beaten Inter 3-0. And I think that was away from home as well. Sidibe through from Militic. Great goal. That is perfect. In stoppage time, Militic makes it 3-1, and that could be crucial, really, when it comes down to that head-to-head record. A 2-goal win is much, much better for us, and I will take that any day of the week. It's also a really nice ball through from Sidibe. Just plays that perfectly through, and Militic literally only has to put this away, and it's a well-placed one in off the post. Keeper very nearly got there, but it is 3-1 Red Star, and that's perfect. We've started off this campaign in the sort of best way we could, and it's not like the 5-0 we had over Ajax last year, but it's at least something. Don't let them go and immediately score. That would be just terrible. Right, Kone, and then just keep it for the next 15 seconds. You should be reached. Oh, hello. Ball through. Sidibe, can you bring this down? Oh, there was men over. There were men over. Sidibe, and that's poor. We had a chance to maybe even make that 4-1 there, but we're not going to knock it. We've won 3-1. But again, that's now 5 goals we've conceded off of 9 shots on target. Like, that's worrying for me. That is worrying. Like, we're limiting them, but they're still managing to get goals. And admittedly, of course, you know, if you're battering down the hatches, you're going to be shooting from all over. So you're generally going to have a lower ratio of shots on target to goals. So that's understandable. But it does seem a little bit like we're something up with our tactic at the moment that is just like, I mean, obviously the tactic's working great and we're winning games. I just like to keep clean sheets, and we do seem to have this habit of just conceding a goal, which is it's a little disappointing. Now, in our next episode, we will not be doing City away, because that's like a... Come on now. That's going to be a bit of a dead rubber, really, when it comes to some things. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Inter away for the next episode, just to try and speed this first part up a little bit. So, you know, so that's what, because that's what you guys told me you wanted, you know, sometimes just a little bit less of that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Inter away in the next match, which is going to be crucial, because if we can nick anything from that match, then there may well be a chance of us maybe getting through. So, if you guys have liked what you've seen, please drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for Red Star and another series in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the game against Inter. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.